On the next episode of Amphibia, we have a Maddie and Marcy episode, which is kind of fun. I've always liked Maddie. I thought she was a really cool character. I like her design. And I like her, she's like into potions and magic and everything. It's kind of like that goth girl kind of archetype, Raven from Teen Titans and stuff like that. But we get a little bit of more of her Maddie lore. The name of the episode should have been Maddie lore. But so a fun episode. It's another just kind of filler, but fun filler because we get to learn about characters that we care about, and we care about Maddie because she's super fun and she is just a cool friend and she has her own thing. She's doing her own stuff, which is fun to see characters doing things separate from the main cast, and they just have like their own lives and stuff, which is super fun. So we start out and we have Maddie is working on some potions and doing some potion stuff, which is cool. If you get the reference here, this is the hello my baby, hello my darling, that whole WB classic, so funny. Go watch it out, it's hilarious. But the little frog, the WB frog, so she's making a resurrection potion, and then I guess Maddie has little sisters. Fun, they're little tadpoles, and they're like, hey Maddie, come play with us. We want to, you said you played with us yesterday and we waited, and you keep making excuses. But Maddie is, I'm older now. I'm doing my witch business because she's doing this for that tick that died. She's trying to bring it back to life. So she's like hired to do this job, which is kind of fun. The sisters are jumping around. They knock over the potion and makes this tree come to life. So then Maddie has to fight this tree. And then Marcy is out there making a botany book, and she sees Maddie using potions, or curse user. And of course, she's like, "Oh, this is so cool! I wanna learn this too. But magic is super rare, and I've never found anyone to teach me." And then Maddie's like, "Oh, you actually are interested in what I want to do?" She's like, "Oh, definitely. I'll be my apprentice." And she's like, "Oh yeah." She even does her hair like her, which is kind of cute. So they're like, "Okay, if my new apprentice, let's go collect all the ingredients to do this resurrection potion." Sisters are super jealous, of course, because they get to play with Maddie, but you could use your sisters to go help you find stuff, but they think magic is boring. So, there needs to be, you find a middle ground. But Maddie and Marcy are out just looking for ingredients. Like there's supposed to be like the vomit of this bird, which is disgusting. Then they get these ticks. They gotta find this corpse. Look at Hop Hop. My God, dude. What is this recent? This is a 3 weeks divorced version of Hop Hop. Why does he look like that? But they're trying to find a corpse. It was super funny. But then, they're getting ready to build their potion. They got other ingredients. We'll start tomorrow. And then Maddie's, they're talking about Maddie's sisters. And she's like, "Oh, they're so irritating and everything." And Mark's like, "You should make time for them too." And then she's like, "Well, when I was younger, we played all the time. And look how adorable little Maddie was. Look at her little dress, her little bow. Oh my God, she's so freaking adorable." And she used to juggle them. That was like her thing. Like she would juggle them around. But then she started reading about magic, started getting into that. And that was like her thing now. And she doesn't have time to play these little kiddie games. So she kind of just cuts her little sisters out of her life, which is sad. Then the sisters are like, "You know what? Maddie says if we're older, then she'll play with us. She's always telling us to grow up. So let's still, they're going to steal her book and then make a spell to make themselves get bigger, bigger because they don't understand." Look at those faces. They got crazy. But the dad is like unaware of everything. I do think this is hilarious. Maddie comes downstairs. She's like, "Dad, have you seen my magic book?" She's like, "Oh, your sisters have it." And I got to make a resurrection spell. I'm going to kill those, my sisters. Well, just make sure you resurrect them when you're done. Super funny. Of course, kids being kids, like drew all over her book and being stupid. Ugh. Yes, kids are so destructive. And she's like, "It's stupid kids, I don't know. This is why I never want to play with you." And so they take the potion and make themselves bigger. But as you can just imagine, it just makes them bigger, not older. So they're getting ready to use their potion. They do the whole Dr. Frankenstein thing. They get to wear the white coats. This is a good look for Marcy. That's some clean fit she got going on there. So it works. kinda. And the tick's coming back to life, but Maddie's little sister's not so little anymore, just coming to the scene. And then they have like, whenever a character gets bigger, they talk like this. So they're just trying to have fun. Look, we're bigger. Oh, this is what you wanted. Obviously, that's not what you wanted. And then she's like, oh no, they did the spell wrong because they keep growing. They're going to like explode. Jump scare. Then she's like, you know what? We have to make an antidote. They're terrorizing the town. They make the antidote, and then Maddie's like, you need to make 4 of them. And Marcy's like, I'm not ready for potion making, but he's like, I believe in you. She's like, 4? You have 3 sisters. Well, one's for me. So she makes herself really big to kind of calm her sisters down, does the little juggling thing. Marcy comes through, uses the potions, turns everyone back small again, which is super, she did a good job. They're all small. And, Maddie feels bad. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm a bad sister. And, of course, the little ones are like, no, we still love you. She's like, no, you should be mad at me, yell at me, let me have it. And they just hug her and say they love her. Oh, so super sweet. The tick is alive again, and it's, like, barely moving. They go to hug it, and its head falls off. Super creepy. But, yeah, what a fun little episode. Was Marcy even necessary for this episode? Not really. This could have just been just a Maddie episode, but I think they threw Marcy in there just so you could remember that Marcy existed, because she wasn't in the last episode. And neither were the main characters. They made a little joke about that, about the main characters not being in an episode, and they're like, oh, you don't miss the main characters. In this show, where they've built such a big cast of characters and they have their own like personalities, like the show could be about Maddie. Like, you can make a show about her because she's interesting enough to make a whole show about her, which is super cool. I like that. But yeah, people are telling me that we're starting to get into the Sasha episodes. We're like back to the main storyline. But yeah, super fun. I'm almost done with this season. I'll try to get another episode done this week. Just putting everything back to work. Everything's ramping back up at work. So we'll see how that goes. Definitely want to at least do 1 episode a week is guaranteed. But I'm going to try to do 2, maybe 3. But King of the Hill is back up. And what breaks my heart is all the episodes are already out. And that makes my enthusiasm to review something go down to 0. It just does. Especially when something's brand new, because I like to do it a week at a time. But anyways, that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, Amphibia, like the videos, share them around. Tell me what you think. Maddie's awesome. I love Maddie. And catch you guys on the next one. Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on the video really helps out a lot. It gets the video spread around more people get to see the videos, and we get to make more videos for you guys. So thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you guys.